I think this is one of the toughest fights for a local fighter as well. So Molly McCann fighting Luana Carolina. The reason I think this is challenging is because of the style of Carolina, right? She's quite tall. She's got a good jab. She's got a decent takedown defense after she's kind of established a bit of dominance. Like her last fight was against Lupita Godinez. And when she started to take over the fight, when she was able to start pressuring her back up against the fence, I could see that being a really dangerous cycle for Molly to get caught in.
Yeah.
Because Molly's game, she's got good head movement, but she swings her punches quite wide.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a danger that Carolina might just keep coming down the center.
Yeah.
Like, do you know when Molly fought Cash Wader, UFC London a while back, and she got her eyes swelled up real bad? Remember that?
Yeah.
Like, that was the problem. Like, she was getting caught with shots because she was winging and she's weaving.
Yeah.
My concern is that Carolina might be able to just kind of walk her down behind straight punches, you know? And then we might see Molly
dipping the head a bit as well, get caught with something at the centre maybe.
Potentially. Kicks and stuff.
She don't want to be on the back foot, does she?
Not really.
No.
Not really. And I think if she is on the back foot for long, I think she'll level change. I think she'll try and grapple with her.
Yeah.
So there's a 2-inch height advantage for Carolina, but a 7-inch reach advantage.
It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
With straight arm shots and bent arm shots.
Yeah, 88% takedown defense as well. Like it could be a rough night for Molly. Like, she might be able to just walk in and start clubbing her and put her on the back foot straight away and never allow her to even start. But what I've seen from Carolina is that she's able to kind of recover after a rough patch and work her way back into the fight. And she just goes back to nice tight discipline, just bat. You know what I mean? And that might be real problems for Molly. Just stylistically, it might be a tough matchup.
You got to think if she can chop her legs a bit, get in on the wrestle, not put her house on, scoring the takedown. Do you know what I mean? Separate strike, crowd it, make it ugly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If anyone's going to perform with the crowd behind them and give it their all, it's Molly, innit?
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I mean, she does rise to the occasion, but she can also be outworked.
Yeah,
and that's my concern. I mean, in her last fight, the numbers that she put out, she landed 127 punches and scored 2 takedowns in her last fight. Molly did. That's a mad output compared to the rest of her fights, where she's sometimes getting over 100 strikes, but often not. You know. That's a big output. Like, she might be able to just overwhelm her, but my concern is that she's going to struggle to get close to her, and then she's going to start to reach for takedowns and not get them. Yeah. Again,
comes back to being efficient, being smart, innit?
So what would you say if you're in Molly's corner? Say if she spends the first round getting her face jabbed and can't get in close for a takedown, she comes back to the corner at the end of the first round. What's your advice to her?
What would you say?
I'd say to start feinting level changes to set up strikes and start.
You've got to get thinking if you can't land hands, you got to think about chopping the legs, take her moving away, and you're all the way in or you're all the way out. But it's that got to get thinking about the wrestling. The only way, if your hands aren't landing because someone's jabbing your head off, innit, you've got to get them thinking about the wrestling.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean scoring the takedown. It means planting that seed of the wrestling. Do you know what I mean? So some flybys, a couple of big shots, get her to double guard and get in on the body. And just don't, and like you say, just don't spunk it. Don't go 110 on the takedown. You're not getting it. She rides it well, then be efficient. Pin her on the cage, slow it down, head position, knees, elbows, and go that route in it and grind her out.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way to approach it. Make it maybe a little bit ugly, a little bit boring. You know what I mean? Not score the takedown. And just go to if that's the case, and that's usually the best point of call, right?
I mean, even if she does have a rough first round and she gets back to her corner, and they do give her that kind of advice, and she is able to like tie her up in head position. I mean, with her being shorter, head position's easier. She'll be able to prop her up against the fence with that and
spike her in, slow it down, run the clock a bit.
Yeah. Like, I think she might physically be able to control her. I just think she's going to struggle to take her down.
Yeah.
You know,
but again, like you said, done right, and you don't blow energy. Do you know what I mean? Not every takedown. What was it the other day? Colby's fight with Masvidal. I know he took him down as well, but I think it was the 3rd round or 4th round. Whoever's commentating says he scored 4 of 15 so far, 4 of 15 attempts. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you don't need to necessarily score the takedown, do you?
It's better stats than a lion. I think it's 1 in 16 when a lion's attacking prey.
Yeah,
That's
so
how
there you
often
go.
they get it. You gotta try 15 times before you're gonna get
exactly.
one. Yeah.
But again, the way the MMA is going, the guys and girls are doing things well. It's think about the takedown, using them openings to strike. Because if you're thinking, well, we've had it anyway, with someone who we think they're going to wrestle us, we freeze, we hesitate. You know what I mean? We lose that confidence of throwing the shots, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, and exploiting that. Do you know what I mean? Plant them seeds and just stick to the plan, up and down. And when we can, slow it down and stall it out and play the game. I mean, we had a bit of that the other week.
Yeah.
Slow it down, stall it out, play the game, do it well, do it efficiently, do it smart. You know what I mean? Smart, it's the game, isn't it? It's just it's just a violent game. That's all fine, isn't it? Play the game and edge it. She can win this.
Yeah.
She can win this.
I do think it's one of the tougher fights on the card. I really do. I just think stylistically, like there are a lot of other fighters in this division, and I would think to myself, Molly would have a good chance of really, really giving them a hard time. Like even if they'd have given her the fighter that Carolina has just beaten, Godinez, like that would have been a good one because she's kind of short in stature and she's gonna want to wrestle a little bit more. See, I think maybe they've picked Carolina for her because she's gonna want to strike. But I think the style of her striking is a problem for Molly.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be wrong. Molly's been looking quite sharp on pads. I've seen her hitting some pads and stuff, but it changes when there's the atmosphere and she, you know what Molly's like. She's walking out, she's going, "Come on, fucking come on!" and she like gets herself all hyped up. So it's always going to be a brawl. That's the way that she's hyping herself up. Didn't work for me when I was fighting. Didn't really work for you either.
No.
You know?
The ragey approach.
Yeah,
it's not usually the best, is it?
No, it didn't. Just
cool, calm, collected. Seems to
be calculated about it.
Yeah, seems to work better, doesn't it?
Yeah. What are you saying?
I'm going back to the Brits, man.
Going back to the Brits. I love your confidence, Jimmy.
I'm back to the Brits, but I am. Yeah, this and a couple of others we've said. Yeah, could easily be a bad night.
This is a tough one. I'm making honest picks. I have nothing against anybody on the card.
No,
I think Luana might win a decision here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be a rough one for Molly. I just think she might be on the end of a jab cross all night.
Yeah,
and struggle to close distance. I think I could just see her keep reaching for that lead leg and just push away, slightly better footwork as well. I would say Carolina's got rough fight, but we'll see. I'm thinking Carolina's going to take it.